coming up in May in our community is a phenomenal event. I'm going to let these two wonderful people talk about this event because it's amazing for our community. Ralph and Janine Smith from Crossroad Christian Church located in St. Leonard, Maryland. Okay, so we've told people geographically where you're from. However, this event that we're going to talk about supersedes Crossroad Christian Church, supersedes location. This is a tri-state event. Okay, I need to stop and you need to talk about it. It's a Southern Maryland Preparedness Convention coming up in May. So Ralph, first of all, can you explain what this event is?
Okay, well, I would like to lead into it with, whenever someone says it's a prepper convention, there's such a negative feel to that. And we want to make sure that people understand that when we talk about a preparedness conference, what we're talking about is partnering the local church or the faith-based organizations, partnering with the local, state, and federal government, because even the federal government, Department of Homeland Security, they realize that in the event of a natural disaster, the first place that people will probably go to is the local church. We, as Crossroad Christian Church, we want to be prepared to help them take care of their needs. Right. And by doing so, that also eliminates the need for the police department, the fire department. Right. They're already going to be taking care of whatever that natural disaster is. We want to take care of the needs of the people during that event. So this is setting the foundation for that type of event. We want people to understand that you can be prepared. You can prepare yourself for your family. You can store water. You can store food, medical supplies, the things that you might need in the event of a natural or man-made disaster. You can take care of those needs and have them on hand, readily available to take care of yourself as well as your family. So that's the foundation of why we're having the event. Not only will we educate people, we're going to have hourly seminars so where we'll be teaching people how to can food, how to prepare water for drinking. We're going to have hourly seminars to teach them that, as well as provide for, you can purchase at the event medical supplies, different things like that to prepare. Some of the food that will be available from some of the vendors, some of the food will actually store for 30 years. It's a great time to not only get educated, but get prepared.
And all of the components of what you're talking about, I think, are great, because if you listen to the news or you are in different social circles, you'll notice across the United States there is a movement for churches to come out of a tight little Sunday morning group and open up the doors to be a part socially and civically across the board in communities. And Crossroad Christian Church particularly has a beautiful facility. It's a large building. There's plenty of room for people from all over the community. Plus there are acres and acres of property as well. Yes. So there's room to do things for the entire community, regardless of your faith background. You can come, and this is a great thing. And on the other side of the coin, the federal government has really stepped out and said, we need to think of other resources besides just government agencies per se, of how communities can take care of each other. You mentioned law enforcement and, of course, medical personnel. In the event of an emergency, those people are going to be busy taking care of emergencies. But people that are not in a dire need situation still need somewhere to go, to feel safer, to be a part, to do things, and to take care of each other. And that's what this convention really is about. I'm glad you mentioned we want to take away the negative connotation, because nobody's going to show up with a gas mask and a
that's right.
It's more about being prepared across the board. Janine, you talk about practicing, preparing, and planning as the three key components of this event.
Correct. With the practicing, what you're doing is you're practicing what you need to get. It's just like, in school they always have the fire drills and so on and so forth. Yeah. So you want to practice and do the same thing. You want to make sure that if there is something and you have preparedness as far as having all of your food safety, your water supply, anything like that, that might allow you to be able to plan for and grab quickly. And so that helps you as far as practicing. So you definitely want to have a plan, and you definitely want to practice. Most of all, you want to be prepared, and that's what this is about. It's about being prepared and being able to have everything ready and available for you if at ever you need to either stay at home or go away. It doesn't matter. So with that being said, we were talking earlier about even 31 bags can be a part of this.
Right.
So with the women, you can also come out, so that helps out a lot too. So with this being said, you can have everything together, and like he said, we'll have supplies and stuff that you can put into a bag or anything to quickly grab and go out your way.
Yeah, because you never know what an emergency is going to look
Absolutely.
like
No.
or what have you. And this is not a fear-mongering event, nor is it a
No.
hyper-dramatic, let's stir things up. This is actually a pay attention and be prepared. I loved what you just mentioned when you talked about fire drills in the school. It's the exact same
Absolutely.
kind of thing on a different scale. You're going to offer seminars and workshops throughout the day, and people are going to show people how to do different things. But you're also doing something which I think is really interesting as far as firearm training.
Correct. Well, as you mentioned, the church does have a lot of property, and one of the things we want to offer, there's two different training opportunities we're going to have. One is the Maryland Handgun Qualification License. We will have certified gun instructors on the property to take care of the safety training, and I believe you'll have one live fire session with certified instructors. We will also be offering the concealed carry permit training, and that will allow you to carry your weapon, your sidearm, through a concealed carry permit. So we will have certified professional instructors to offer those training. It's going to be,
And that's in certain states, correct?
Correct. Well, the concealed carry is not recognized in the state of Maryland, but it is on all the surrounding states.
Okay, good. And that's a reason to go to these seminars and what have you, to sign up to be a part, so you can learn those details.
Correct.
Absolutely. Not something you want to learn the hard way.
Right on. There you go. And again, practice and preparation.
Practice
That's
and
right.
preparation.
All right. Well, the event is coming up in May, and really is something the entire family can come to, because there are going to be
Absolutely.
different components and things to do. And as you mentioned, when you were talking about the firearm training, the property is big enough you can do that with the entire convention going on, and everybody is safe. So that should give you some
Absolutely.
sort of an idea of the scope that this event is going to have. So thanks for doing this. I think this is great to have in our community. It is going to be in St. Leonard, Maryland, but it is a tri-state event. You're going to have a phenomenal main speaker, and there's so many different things going over the weekend. So
Yes, Dr. Jay Blevins is
Okay.
going to be our keynote speaker, and that's a very good point. He is a very devout, I use the word prepper, but he is very well known on the East Coast. He's been on several TV shows promoting being prepared.
Okay.
Very faith-based oriented gentleman, a phenomenal speaker. So if nothing else, come out to hear him.
Okay, great. There you go. And obviously, if people show up, look for somebody in an orange shirt.
That's right.
That's right.
hope to.
Correct.
All right, good. Ralph and Janine, thank you so much. I know it's a lot of blood, sweat, and tears going into this project.
It's a
very
labor
good.
of love.
It is indeed. It is
Thank you
indeed.
so much for allowing us to share our excitement.
Sure, sure. It's coming up in May. It's a great event. Mark your calendars, go online, get more information, and plan to attend, and you can bring your entire family. That's going to do it for this week's edition of the Best Buys program. Thanks so much for joining us. We'll see you next time. You're watching MetroCast Channel 10.